Okay, it's noon, guys. I made the announcement that I was going on at noon and I made it here on time. I'm so excited. I'm pulling up my notes here. My name is Brianna and this is Wild Woman Awakening, Wild Woman Rhapsody, number 46. And Wild Woman Rhapsody started as a project for me to get on Facebook and be a beacon, be a light, because there was a time in my life where I was coming on here and just comparing the shit of myself with everybody else, and I decided I didn't want to be a comparison mummy, getting online and saying, what's everybody else doing? Let me see what everybody else is doing. I decided I wanted to get on here and share my light. And so today we're going to dive into that a little bit. I want to be super clear in Wild Woman Rhapsodies. I'm not here to tell you your truth. I'm not here to tell you the truth. I'm just here to open my oracle and express the truth as I have lived it in my embodied experience and through my oracling nature. So this isn't here to give you a prescription or give you advice. If anything that you find here is useful that you want to use for your life, fantastic. If not, no big deal. Alex is here. Hi, Alex. Christopher is here. Hi, Christopher. It's good to see you. Christina's here. If you're here, give me some love, give me some hearts, give me a shout out. I would love to hear from you. We've got a few people watching now, and today's topic is super juicy. This is about the end of comparison by using the power of our own words, by using the power of spells, by using the power of prayer. And this has been reactivated for me this week because yesterday I had a day on, or as I like to call it, a staycation. I love you so much, Christopher. It's so good to see you. Once a month, my partner and I plan a day offline where we don't answer our phone, we get off the grid, we go and do something unplanned together, one time a month. It's been so vital for our relationship. And we dive into a theme that's coming up, and a big theme that has been coming up for me has been comparison. And he, of course, is perfect curriculum for me. And the way that he loves people is so beautiful. And it's sometimes activating for me. It sometimes allows me to see places that I have charge that I didn't know that I had. And yesterday I declared the end of comparison. Who would like to declare the end of comparison with me? Anyone? Give me some hearts, give me some love, give me some thumbs up. The end of comparison. Not coming on Facebook and comparing your pictures to someone else's pictures, your family to someone else's family, your coaching offering to someone else's coaching offering, your holistic health service to someone else's holistic health service. This is you for you, right? The power of your gifts is you for you. The power of these Facebook Lives even are me for me. I started these Facebook Lives because I no longer wanted to be a comparison mummy. Who else is out there doing it better than me? Because my ego feeds on that shit. My shadow feeds on that shit. The parts of me that don't believe that I'm good enough yet feed on the comparison mummy. Who's in with the comparison mummy? Daniela's in, Amal is in. I'm so glad because the comparison mummy kills creativity, kills creation, right? And what am I? I am prosperity. I am joy. I am love. I am wealth. I am wellness. I am health. I am radiant, abundant, powerful, universal joy, right? And comparison mummies have no space for that. So if you know that you're ready to be done with the comparison mummy and you're ready to step into your I am presence, raise your hand. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some comments down below. What has it been like to be a comparison mummy? Because it's heavy. Right? Heidi says each one of us has a unique purpose here on earth. Isn't that amazing? But we can't live that fucking purpose if we're in the comparison mummy zone. Oh, who's doing it better than me? Oh, who's skinnier than me? Oh, who has more muscles than me? Oh, whose offering is getting more money than mine is? And I say this only because I've been there. Oh, witches, bitches, my loves. I've been there. I've been the ultimate comparison mummy. It has stopped me from offering amazing things. All my offerings are here down below. It's the third link. If you're interested in working with me in any way, we're going to Mexico this year. We have amazing one-on-ones. We have incredible online groups. If you're interested in that, it's down below. But it has stopped me from sharing before because of my comparison mummy. Comparison mummy is the number one way to keep you from going forward. You can also call it the comparison zombie. I just kind of sound like a zombie a little bit more too. Oh, this person's doing it so much better than me. This person has better headshots than me. This person has a website. No one's gonna fucking hire you because of your website. People are gonna hire you because of your magnetic power. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. How do you harness your magnetism? Magnetism is where it's at because this is a game of attraction. How do we attract the clients to us? How do we attract the relationships to us? How do we create the opportunities by attracting them into our field, right? So comparison is magnetism death, right? When I'm comparing myself to someone else, my thoughts automatically go into how I'm not good enough, how I'm not this enough, how blah, 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 not enough, too much, not enough, too much. That game of the ego between not enough and too much. When I'm comparing myself to someone else, it is magnetism death. How do we up our magnetism? So I want you to understand that the power of magnetism lies in the harnessing of your words. I think it was said in so many different ways, but the power of who you are lies in the power of the sound of your words. We are all oracles. We are all channels. Every human being has the ability to summon with their words the power of the universe. You have the ability to summon with your words the power of the universe. You have the ability to pray. You have the ability to cast spells. You have the ability to create reality with the sound frequency of your voice. It's true. Now, some people are tapped into that more and they call themselves channels or mediums. I'm here to break it to y'all after my burp. You are a channel. You are a medium. You are an oracle. We all are. It is our natural birthright. And just like we can all walk, therefore we can all dance. We can all speak, therefore we can all sing. There are people who train more in singing. There are people who train more in dancing. There are people who train more in oracling. So your ability to oracle your reality is literally the golden keys to bring heaven to earth here now. The golden keys to bring heaven to earth here now is to end your suffering and support others in ending their suffering. And you can do that with your words. You can do that with your story. How in your life have you healed yourself? How in your life have you crawled out of a well? How in your life have you overcome the power of comparison? How in your life have you overcome the force of depression? How in your life have you walked out of that eating disorder? How in your life have you activated yourself enough to walk away from that abusive relationship? Every story where you've walked out of suffering into the light are the golden keys to bring heaven on earth, and you not telling your story of humanity is keeping someone else in suffering. My invitation to you is to start to use your words, whether it's on Facebook Live or in real life or in prayer, just with yourself, making an intention of who you are and who you want to be. I am power. I am love. I am prosperity. I am wealth. I am radiant health. I am abundant joy from the inside out that radiates from the universe to all beings. I am. That is the most powerful prayer that you can say. And harnessing the power of your words is what activates your overall power. And that's magic. Can I get some love? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The power of your words, the power of this magic. And she who has magic does not need tricks, right? I get asked all the time, you know, what's the trick to building a good business? What's the trick to being sacred? What's the trick to ceremony? What's the trick to tapping in? There are no tricks. The issue is magic, and magic begins with the I am, the beingness, the knowing that I am worthy, the knowing that I am connected, the knowing that I am powerful, the knowing that I am prosperity, the knowing that I can call in whatever is ready to be called in this present moment. Literally, the word spell, to cast a spell, is to spell out the word, right? And so if you can't say the words, use the sounds. This is why mantra, this is why deep meditative, Om, you're literally spelling the word of the universe. If you can't speak it, what it is that you want, sound it. What does it sound like? Because when I feel into like the next phase of the work I get to do with my one-on-one people and the work that my partner and I are doing together with couples now, it's just like, the most angelic, beautiful, amazing sound, and I can feel it in all the cells of my body, and I can feel it radiating through myself, because it's not just the words and it's not just the sound, it's about activating the feeling. Can you activate the feeling through your words and your sounds? Because it's very important that you understand what it means to manifest. Anyone can talk about manifestation, but what it actually is presentience. It's feeling before it gets here. It's knowing the felt experience in your bones, in your body, before it happens in reality. And that is how you really create your next level of reality. I'm now going to give you 5 steps on how to create a spell, right? Alex says, yes, I did this in the shower yesterday because I didn't have the words. Perfect. The sound, spell it out. Create a spell. Right? We have this idea that with witches, it's like this spell and we get around the cauldron and we cast the spell and we speak in Latin. No. Spells have been being cast before the word witch was even born. A true witch is someone who is not under any governing body. It's an individual who is sovereign, is not ruled by religion, is not ruled by tradition, is not ruled by me, is not ruled by anyone, but goes deep within themselves to understand the truth of the universe as they can experience it in this present moment. That's what I say when I say witch. When we use a spell, you literally are spelling the sound with your body in order to create your reality. You can also use words and felt feelings. So I'm going to give you 5 easy steps. I've also listed them down below. Also, if this video is useful to you, please share. Please share this video. Sharing is caring. And we can get this video, we can get this information out to more people. Start an interesting conversation about words and the power of words with people who maybe are not as conscious about it. Why do we need the power of our words? Why is every word that you say a spell into reality? Do we know this? Are we activating this? Are you activating your powers? Your words are literally the golden keys to call heaven into earth by helping others end suffering through the power of your story and spells. Are you doing that? Are you praying that? Are you living that forward? And again, this is me speaking to me. This is me asking myself, how much more can I pray this forward? How much more can I embody the truth of what I am? I am prosperity. I am light. I am love. I am radiant joy. I am abundant health. Right? And so as we embody this more and more, we activate the power of others around us wanting to know this. So share this video to help them activate this. 5 steps to create a spell. So the first is a sound, right? You could do the sound, but the first step in creating a spell is to invoke. And I like to invoke with gratitude. So I just say, thank you, Creator. Thank you, Mother, Father, Divine. Thank you, Spirit, Universe, life that is in me, life that is greater than me, breath, God, earth, whatever you want to call it, invoke it. Invoke the power that is inside of you and is also greater than you. Whatever breathes you, breathes me, breathes the trees, has always been here and will always be here. Call it in. I just called it in right now. Thank you, Spirit, for being present with us. I'm invoking you for the example and for the actual creation of this spell. The next step is to be very specific. Right? And it's more specific in the feeling than it is in the actual words. I'm calling in my next year-long client. I'm calling in my next year-long adventure that I get to be on one-on-one with someone for a whole year. We go into nature as teacher. We go deep into the wilderness. We're coaching every other week. We dive deep into plant medicine teachers, and I stand as the spirit guide with them as they discover the next level of their edge. I call in that person who wants to invest in themselves in a big way, who wants to invest in their heart, invest in their soul, and be in a partnership with me for a year to dive deep into that epicness. I also call in the first couple that my partner and I are calling in to work with for an entire year. An epic couple of beings that are ready to invest time, money, and energy to dive deep into nature. So I'm calling in my own one-on-one client, and I'm calling in that first couple, and it feels like love. It feels like radiance from my chest. It feels relaxation in my belly. My butthole is unclenched. Very important. No tight anuses in spellcasting. I relax my entire body. My feet are grounded in the earth. I'm breathing, and I know it has already happened. It already is, and so it is, right? And that is the second step of creating a spell, of creating a prayer. The first one is invoking with gratitude. The second one is being as specific as possible, specifically in the way that it feels. Also, having sound is very important. It needs to be a sound. So as I say it, I'm feeling it in my body, and the sound is resonant in my mouth, and it feels good. It feels powerful. Number 3, open yourself to receive and have moments of clarity, meditation time in nature, right? So once you've set the spell, it's nice to be in a space where you can just receive. So I'm just going to take a couple breaths here. All the way into the lowest part of the belly. And just receive what's already happening just by me saying that out loud. Calling in this one-on-one client, calling in our first couple. And the ability to receive, to just listen. And the 5th and final step is to close. And I just say, thank you. And so it is. So it's already set. And that's a very simple and easy way to pray, to cast a spell, to create an intention. However the format of the words that you would like to call it, remember it's how it makes you feel. So if prayer gets you all, you don't have to call it prayer. If spell is like, no, the witches, then you don't have to call it spells. If mantra is like, no, I can't say that. Whatever you need to call it is not important. Identity is not important. The feeling is. The energy body, the emotional body of your system is what is creating manifestation, is the magnetic core of who you be, right? Our feeling body is our magnetism. When I feel amazing, I attract amazing. When I feel shitty, I attract shitty. So in your spell casting, it's vital for you to focus on the feeling and not so much on the words and the details. Number 5. Number 4 was close. Number 5 is keep checking back in. Keep praying. Don't stop. Just because you said it once doesn't mean, oh, now it's magically going to happen. You get to keep checking back in. It's more with the feeling, embodying the feeling of I already have that one client. They're already on their way. They actually know who they are and they're contacting me probably today. And then that couple already knows who they are. They've already reached out to us. I have a couple who've already emailed us. So someone in our field is already manifesting this with me. We are all co-creators in our spells and prayers and mantras and manifestations. Yes? Magnetism is a great word. Magnus, magus, magic, magician. These are all the same words. What is a magician? What is magic? What is the magic that we witches work with? It's magnetism. It's the power of me as a magnetic being. I have spinal synovial fluid that goes from the crown of my head to the tip of my tailbone. That is the chakra system. And in each section of these magnets are spinning wheels of energy activated by different essences of what it means to be human. If any of these are shut down, I will be magnetizing that similar shutdown in the people and experiences around me. If you want to activate your manifestation powers, activate your feeling body, activate your ability to express yourself. You cannot manifest anything into reality if you are not fully expressed. If there's something in your life that you feel shut down, shut out, not allowed to express, whether it's shadow or light, it will be very challenging for you to manifest heaven on earth. It will be very challenging, almost impossible for you to activate your golden keys of calling heaven onto earth now if you are shut down in any area of your life. Financially, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And when I mean shut down, I mean that you're not allowed to express, that you're shutting down your throat chakra, that you're not only allowed to express with your body, express with your heart, express with your words. If there's anything that you're not allowed to say in your life, that's going to be the very thing that shows up to impede your manifestations in this reality. Where have you told yourself that you're not allowed to feel, you're not allowed to say? I see this the most in New Age spiritual communities, where people aren't allowed to talk about negativity. Don't bring that negative energy in. Don't bring that thing in. Oh, you might manifest more of that. No, there's an ability to release an expression. And that's what we get to learn today, is the power of sound, the power of releasing. Now, when we enter into the spell space, when we enter into the prayer space, when we enter into the manifestation space, that's when you get to bring the sacred holy of holies. Yes, you align yourself and you enter into that space feeling what it is that you want to be creating more of. That's prayer. But there also gets to be a place of purging. There cannot be the separation between purging and prayer. If you are not purging all of your emotions, guess what? You're suppressing them. And anything that's suppressed comes back out double time as a triple demon. Don't we know it? Any part of us that we tell ourselves we are not allowed to feel. I shouldn't be feeling this. I shouldn't be hearing this. I shouldn't be thinking this. We know that it doubles back on us. The power of the purge is the activation of our manifestation when it's intentional. Now, I'm not talking about you just go fucking yelling at your partner, right? Yesterday, I had a big ass purge and I said, partner, my partner's name is Bearheart. Bearheart, I don't call him partner, I call him babes. Let it go into the fireplace. Exactly, Ivan. Thank you for being here. The power of creating a container and saying, I'm going to start here and I'm going to finish here and I'm not going to project onto you. Can you please just witness me? And I just yelled and screamed and let out all of the thoughts and feelings and fears that I had, not at him. It was at the windshield. We were in the car. Sometimes it's in the forest. I let it out at the windshield. I let it out the window. These are my fears. This is what I'm fearing. This is what I think about you. This is what I think about this other woman. This is what I think about this event. And I just let it rip. And then at the very end, I was able to come into a prayer space where we were actually calling in that first couple that we're going to walk with for an entire year of journeying together, an entire year of coaching together. We're calling in our first couple to go deep into nature with us, to do 4 vision quests. But we couldn't have done that if I was still holding on to this resentment and this story that my ego had made up about him and this other woman. There's no way we can create. There's no way that we can have a prayer when we're still holding on to something that needs to be purged. This is very vital. If we want to manifest, we get to release everything that is not a vibrational match to that manifestation. And sound is an incredible way to do that. Wah! Purge it out. Let it out. Let your growl out. Let your roar out. Let that feeling out of your body so that it's not living in there any longer. Alex says, I'm calling him a year-long client. Yes, exactly. And my first question to you would be, what gets to be eliminated before that evolution happens? What gets to be purged? What gets to be let go of? Any fears of shame, self-doubt, I'm not good enough, what if I'm a fraud, imposter syndrome? Woo! Let it out. Let it be free. Before the prayer can happen, let the purge begin. Whew. And that's how you become a magnet. That's what creates the magnetism. For a magnet to be truly, truly powerful, you have to clean it all off. Make sure there's no little pieces of iron ore on it. Make sure that it's kept clean, right? Keep your magnet clean. My witches, my bitches, my beautiful people. And that's when Earth can become our cosmic playground. Is when we have the combination of purging, right? Because that's where the comparison can help us, right? The comparison mummy. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, this person's skinnier. Oh, this person's offerings are better than mine. Oh, this person has a fancy website. All their buttons are hot pink. Mine are just white. Who the fuck cares? No more comparison mummies. But we get to purge that shit. We get to purge it. It doesn't mean we suppress it. It doesn't mean we don't feel that we are not good enough. It means that we activate it and say, okay, I need to purge. One of my favorite ways to purge is through sound. I live in the middle of the forest, so I can go into the forest and purge anytime I want. I'm also in a soundproof house, double paned, super insulated. I can purge through sound anytime I want. So that's my invitation to y'all, is to purge through sound and activate your prayers. Activate that spell. Activate your power, right? Sarah says, haha, love it. Good. I love you, Sarah. I'm so glad you're watching from New Zealand too. And that process right there, right? The purging and the praying is how we all get to activate and create this golden age of joy and miracles. But we cannot create this age of joy and miracles if a whole bunch of people are walking around praying and casting spells and manifesting without addressing the fucking shit that they need to purge. And we can't dive into the age of golden miracles if people are walking around purging all the time, but not activating their prayer centers. It's not about one or the other. It's about knowing that they're both inherently related. Yes? The mantra, the spell, the prayer that I want to leave with you is, I hold the golden keys to create our heaven on earth now. I hold the golden keys to create our heaven on earth now. I am love. I am power. I am liberation. I am prosperity. I am joy. I am love. I am power. I am liberation. I am prosperity. I am joy. I hold the golden keys to create our heaven on earth now. I am love. I am power. I am liberation. I am prosperity. I am joy. Like I said before, I have links down below. Like our coaching coven page, there's a lot more of this stuff on there. You can get more juice there. You can YouTube all my Wild Woman Rhapsodies. I have the link down below. Check it out. If you want to work with me, or if you're that one-on-one client, they're like, damn, I've been watching this girl. I'm ready to dive deep. Or you want to go to Mexico with me. I'm going to Mexico at the end of the month. If you want to come with me, you're more than welcome to. That link is also down below. It's the third link. And as always, sharing is caring. Please share this video if it moves you. Don't if it doesn't. But if you want to be an inspiration to others and activate the power of prayer and purging, get on it, y'all. I love you. It was good to see you, Roberto. So good to see you, Pamela. Hi. Shelly, thank you for being here. Liza, it's so good to see you. Francisco, hello. Sarah, Ashley, Melinda, so good to see you. Lots of light to all. Lots of love to all. Remember the power of prayer and purging. You hold the keys. You hold the golden keys to heaven on earth now. Let me see how you do it. Lots of love. Mwah, 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 mwah.